The side flip is a relatively easy and fun move to use once you've learned it. While it is slightly more difficult than a back flip, and less difficult than a front flip, the learning process can be arduous.
A little bit harder than a back flip, but easier than a front flip. The only difficult thing about it is just a little bit weirder to do. Most people when they're learning flips start learning front flips and back flips and skip the side flip, and that's one of the reasons why it's a little bit harder to go back and learn it. Side flip is a completely different move from a front flip or a back flip, but it is relatively easy and fun.
There are two ways to do a side flip, over your head and over your shoulders. The latter is referred to as a free-running side flip. When you do these, you're rotating around your shoulders and tucking your head into kind of a barrel roll. During the normal side flip, you're either looking at the ground the entire time, or spotting directly in front of you, and then looking at the ground at the end of it. The benefit of a normal side flip is that it's very easy to transition into after a cartwheel. Since you're twisting the opposite direction when you're doing free running side flips than cartwheels, so say if you cartwheel right, you land in the position to side flip free running while spinning your head left, which is contradictory. However, I find that after doing both free running side flips and normal side flips, the free running feels more comfortable, like running on the ground, and can be doubled without going directly over your head, thus being safer. The learning curve for side flips can be steep, as most people do conform their side flips to either a front flip style or a back flip style, depending on which trick they're more comfortable with. But you have to remember, this is not a regular flip, so you can't learn it the same as a front flip or back flip. It's not going to feel the same, it's a different move.
You want to start out with side rolls on flat ground. These are fairly simple and can be practiced on the ground. When you do these, you don't want to do them like a front roll. Start facing sideways, swing your arms under your body, and tuck your head and shoulder in and around. And try to come out facing directly sideways, but it is still good if you come out slightly inwards like a back flip or slightly outwards like a front flip. The better of these options is a back flip because it's easier to put your feet underneath you. Once you get those down, you can start doing them over objects and people. One of the ways that I originally learned doing them was doing the side rolls over other people and then basically focusing on getting more of it myself without relying on the other person, but it'll allow you to get that height and actually get used to doing a side flip by doing it over someone.
After this, practice flop side flips, which is like just really lazy side flips onto a mat or some other soft surface. So you're trying to do the side roll in midair partially, advancing more and more each time in rotation. Keep doing this until you feel confident enough to go for it all the way.
So when you're actually ready to go for the side flip, you want to make sure you have a decent run up. What I mean by this is you don't want to be running a mile distance and then doing it, and you don't want to be taking one step and then going into it. Really all you need is enough running room to get to a decent speed, because really why you need the running room is to get momentum. Once you have it, you don't need to keep running. The other thing you have to be careful with, a lot of people will start out running really fast and slow down right before going into the trick. This is a problem with pretty much everything. The best way to get rid of that is actually to start with slower, longer strides and speed up as you're running, and that will allow you to actually carry more momentum going into the trick, making it easier. The other thing you want to be focused on is your takeoff whenever you're going into it. You don't always want to punch. A lot of times for the side flips, it's better to do a 1-2 stepping motion, basically putting one foot out in front and then jumping off of it.
A 1-2 step rather than punching, because punching kills your knees and it's more fluent to step into it anyways. For the takeoff, throw your arm up and forward, not just straight up, because then you could flip really slow, but not straight forward because you'll get no height. As you're throwing your lead arm up, you want to elbow behind you for the flip to initiate. You want to think about throwing your arm up and then around in a circle, as your body will be doing for momentum. So after jumping between straight up and forward, you want to bring your knees to your chest, twist your head and shoulders around until you spot the ground. So when you spot the ground, stick either one leg out to step out or both to stick it, and then it's really just what you prefer doing, but I feel like at first you should try landing on both feet because it's easier. Make sure you land safe and comfortably on the balls of your feet. So you're going to undershoot it a lot the first couple times. I remember when I did it, I was terrible. So just keep going for it, and eventually you'll get somewhat decent. Mine are still bad, but yeah. Remember, just like any other flip, don't close your eyes, because when you close your eyes, you lose control. And an easy fix to this is, as soon as you close your eyes, open them again, and then that way they'll be open for the rest of the flip. That's what I did during double front flip, open them right away, and then they're just easy. So next is the over the head side flip. Some people might call this a true side flip. Could be. So with this, you want to throw your arms as straight up as you can to do the flip. Grab your knees and keep your eyes pointed either straight in front of you to like maintain the motion, or at the ground the entire time, which is a benefit of doing it with this method. But either way, you want to spot the ground after you complete the flip to stick your feet out and land. Overall, the techniques for side flips are relatively the same as any other flip. You're setting upwards first, flipping or spinning in the middle, and then spotting to land. With any of these though, the most important thing to have is confidence when you're going into it. Envision yourself doing the trick first, and then go for it.
The biggest thing about learning new tricks is just you have to be persistent. First several times you do these, you're not going to land them perfectly, you're going to undershoot them, you're going to land on your side or something along those lines. We all started out there, and it's just having the confidence to keep going for it again and again, the persistence to keep trying it. Anyone has the ability to learn these and do these. It's simply just training at them until you get them down good.
Ugh.